I never imagined that my life could change in just one night, but that's exactly what happened. One careless confession, one drunken mistake, and suddenly, everything I believed in was gone. It started like any other Friday night. My wife, Lisa, had gone out with her friends for a girls' night. I never minded. I trusted her. Or at least, I thought I did. She came home late, stumbling through the door, the strong scent of tequila lingering on her breath. I was sitting on the couch, half watching TV, waiting for her like I always did. She laughed when she saw me. "Oh, babe, you're still up?" she slurred, dropping her purse onto the floor. "Yeah," I said, trying to read her expression. Her eyes were glassy, unfocused. "Are you okay?" She flopped down next to me, giggling. "I'm just a little drunk." I was about to help her to bed when she leaned her head on my shoulder and sighed. Then, out of nowhere, she whispered something that sent ice through my veins. "I messed up, baby." I stiffened. "What do you mean?" She exhaled, her fingers lazily tracing patterns on my arm. "I mean, I did something bad. But it doesn't count if I was drunk, right?" My heart pounded. "Lisa, what did you do?" She groaned, rolling her head back. "Ugh." I shouldn't have said anything. She laughed, but I could hear the nervousness in it. "It's nothing, just a stupid mistake. It didn't mean anything." I swallowed hard. "Tell me." She hesitated for a moment before sitting up, her face suddenly serious. "Fine," she mumbled. "I kissed someone, but it was just a dumb, drunk thing. I barely even remember it." I stared at her, feeling like the air had been sucked from the room. Lisa waved her hand dismissively. "You don't know him. Some guy from the bar. It wasn't a big deal." I felt like I was outside my own body, watching the moment unfold. "Was that all?" My voice was barely a whisper. She bit her lip, then shook her head. "No." A sick feeling settled in my stomach. "Lisa, what the hell did you do?" She groaned again, rubbing her face. "We hooked up, but I swear I didn't plan it, it just happened." She was looking at me now, her eyes wide and pleading. "Babe, I was so drunk. It didn't mean anything. Please don't be mad." I was numb, completely frozen. My mind refused to process the words coming out of her mouth. "It didn't mean anything," I repeated, my voice eerily calm. She grabbed my hands, squeezing them. "No, it was stupid. I was wasted. I love you. You're the only one I want." I pulled my hands away. "You cheated on me, Lisa." Tears welled in her eyes. I know, but I didn't mean to. Please, just forget it happened." Forget? She had just shattered our marriage with a drunken confession, and she wanted me to pretend it never happened? I stood up. My legs felt weak, but my mind was suddenly clear. She looked up at me, panic flashing in her eyes. "Wait, where are you going?" I didn't answer. I just walked to the bedroom, grabbed my phone, wallet, and the small bag I always kept packed for work trips. It wasn't much, but at that moment, it was all I needed. "Babe, stop." Lisa ran after me, stumbling slightly. "You're overreacting." I turned to face her. "Overreacting?" My voice was quiet, but the rage behind it was barely contained. "You slept with another man. Do you have any idea what you've done?" Tears spilled down her cheeks. "It was one time, I swear. I love you. Don't leave. Please." But I was already at the door. "You'll never see me again," I told her, my voice steady. She gasped, her sobs turning desperate. No, no, no. Please don't do this." I walked out without another word. That night, I checked into a hotel. The next morning, I bought a one-way ticket to another state. I quit my job remotely, changed my phone number, and erased every trace of my old life. Lisa tried to call, text, and even had friends reach out to me. But I never responded. I refused to be her second choice, her mistake, or her regret. She had shattered my trust beyond repair. So I made sure she would never see me again. For hours, I sat in my hotel room, watching the missed calls and unread messages pile up. Lisa was relentless, texting, calling, and sending voice notes where she sobbed, begged, and swore she would do anything to fix this. I ignored every single one. The next morning, I made my decision. I called my job and resigned immediately. My boss tried to convince me to take some time to think about it, but I was done. There was nothing left for me in this city. I went to the bank, emptied my accounts, and transferred my savings to a new one under a fresh account I had set up. Then, I booked a one-way flight to Seattle. It wasn't random. I had visited once years ago and always thought about moving. Now, I finally had a reason. I got a new phone number, shut down all my social media, and even deleted my old email just to be sure. I bought a brand new phone, one Lisa would never have a number to. Before leaving, I went back to our apartment one last time. I didn't go inside. I didn't want to see her. Instead, I placed my key on the doormat and sent her one final text. Don't try to find me. We're done. Then I blocked her number. As I sat in the back of an Uber heading to the airport, I looked out the window, watching the city I had once called home fade into the distance. With every passing mile, the weight on my chest grew lighter. Lisa had made her choice that night. Now I had made mine. I wasn't going to be the man who stayed and forgave the unforgivable. I refused to let a drunken mistake define the rest of my life. She had destroyed everything with one careless confession. So I disappeared for good